Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to take a look at Fedora 44 XFCE edition. And if we scroll down through here, the link is fedoraproject.org spins XFCE. I'll include a link to that in the description. And there's a screenshot of what it looks like. Comes pre-installed with Firefox, Network Manager, and Pigeon. Of course, it's got the XFCE terminal and system settings. Comes with LibreOffice and Claws Mail. You got your multimedia. Comes with an image viewer, a media player, and a music player. Before we download that, let me come down here and show you that there are different spins. We've got the XFCE, which is what I'm covering today, Cinnamon, which probably a future video, Mate, i3, LXQT, LXDE, Sway, Budgie, which I've already done a video on, Miracle, KDE Mobile, Cosmic, I've already done a video on that one, and the Atomic version, Silver Blue. We've got the GNOME version, which is Workstation, and then the KDE Plasma. And I just did a CoreOS video. We want the x86 version. I'll get this downloaded and I'll show you how to put this on a USB stick. So we're going to open up Fedora Media Writer, select our ISO, go into Select, and then go into Downloads and highlight the ISO and open that. And then select your USB drive here. Go ahead and click Write. It's going to prompt you for your password. Go ahead and type that in. And that's going to write the ISO to a USB stick for you. And then once that completes, I will rejoin you at the boot menu. To get to the boot menu, it's either F10, F11, or F12. You'll need to reference your motherboard book or the vendor's website to find out what your boot key is, but I'll join you there. Okay, and we've made it to the boot menu here. I'm just going to highlight Start Fedora, press enter on that, and we'll let the installer boot up. All right, and we've made it to the installer, so I'm just going to click on Install to Hard Drive, select our language, next. Make sure our date and our time is correct, next. Select the entire hard drive, next. I don't need encryption, next. Go ahead and create our account, and it needs to be extra super secret. So make it 6 characters. And then we get a summary of what we're doing here. We're installing Fedora Linux 44 XFCE, English, our time zone, our account. And then we've got a nice little summary of the partitions that are going to be created. It's going to create 4, 2 for our boot, and then our root and our home folder. Go ahead and install that. And I'll go ahead and let this install, and I'll see you on the first boot. Okay, and the install did complete, and we've made it back to our login screen, so I'm just going to log in. DNF Dragora, it's showing we have 669 updates. So I'll go ahead and click on the box and go to Update. That's going to bring up our software management, bring that to the middle so we can zoom in. So I'll go ahead and select all, click on apply, and the total size is 5.5 gigs worth of updates. So I'm going to click OK, put in your password. I'll go ahead and install these updates, give it a reboot, and I'll see you on the other side. Let's do a fastfetch, htop, and btop. So I'll just do a sudo dnf install and then list those 3 out. Put in your password, and those install pretty quickly. We'll do a fast fetch first, and I'll expand this out so we can see. We're running Fedora 44 XFCE, Linux kernel 7.1.8, a little under 2,000 RPM packages, Bash 5.3.9. The desktop environment is XFCE 4.2. The window manager is XFWM4. And that's running on X11. We're using the XFCE 4 terminal 1.2, and we're using 1.3 gigs out of our 8 that are allocated. Just do a Control-C to get out of fast fetch. We'll do an htop. Our CPU is barely being used. It's between 0, 1, 2%. Our memory being used is 1.04 gigs out of our 8. And there's our processes. Control-C out of that and do a btop. You can see our memory being used 1.28 gigs out of our 8. CPU 1, 2%, 0% on the cores. And there's our processes. Let's take a look at the system monitor. It's under Applications System, and it's called Task Manager in XFCE. And let's expand this out to where we can see a little bit more. Pull it to the middle and I can zoom in. Our CPU is 0, 1, 2%. Our memory is 17%. And that's 1.3 out of our 8 gigs. And then we can see our processes as well. One cool thing about Task Manager, let me pull up Firefox as an example. If we had a task that had gotten hung, that was stuck, we can go into Task Manager and click on this little bullseye, select the application that's stuck, and you can see where it highlights it in Task Manager. You can right click on it and terminate it. So just a really cool feature that's available in Task Manager that you may not know about. All right, now I'm going to show you how to install software on XFCE. Click on Application, go to System, and we want the DNF Dragora, which is your software manager. Bring that to the middle so I can zoom in, and we'll search for GIMP. And you can see it's got version 3.2 and 3.24, so we want the newer one. Select the one we want, and then go into Actions, Action on Package. We want a normal install. Press OK, and then at the bottom you can apply that, and it gives you a summary of what it's going to do. It's going to install GIMP. Total size is 271 meg. Press OK there and you type in your password and we'll let that run. So we're just going to close out of that, hit the X, and then we'll go back into applications and we'll go under graphics, and there's GIMP. We'll let that load, bring that to the middle. If we go to help and about, you can see we got version 3.2.4. And that's just a quick way how to install applications in XFCE. I'll give you an overview of the dock at the bottom and the top panel, as well as the system tray. So if we start at the bottom, we've got our home folder, we've got our search, our default web browser, file manager, terminal, and a peek at the desktop icon. All right, and then the system tray in the top right, click on your user. You've got lock screen, switch user, suspend, shut down, and log out. To the left of that, we've got our date and our time. When you click on that, you get your calendar. Next to that, you've got your power. Left clicking does nothing, but if you right click, you can go into presenter mode, as well as additional power settings. You've got your network. Next to that, you've got your 4 workspaces. And on the left side, we've got our application drawer. You click on that, and that's where everything lives. It's got categories and subcategories. And that's just a quick look at the dock, top panel, and sys tray. Now we'll take a look at the wallpapers. Just right click anywhere and go to desktop settings. And you can see we literally have a light version and dark version. By default, that comes with Fedora. But if you wanted to, you could put a bunch of images into a folder and then point the wallpapers to that folder. So I'll go ahead and switch to the dark version. If you wanted to, you could drop a bunch of images into pictures and then point the folder to pictures. And then you could also come in here and change the background every so often. You can do it for minutes, hours, or seconds. So that is some customization you've got there with the wallpaper in XFCE. All right, we'll bring Firefox to the middle, and let's go out to GitHub and see if we can download the Toolbox. I'm just going to copy this quick start, bring up the terminal, paste that in. Okay, and it doesn't come with Git, so we'll go ahead and install Git. And then once that completes, I'm just going to up arrow twice here and execute that quick start again. You can close out of Firefox. I'm just going to resize this. And with this tool, let's say we want to go under the administration tab, you can enable and disable Bluetooth, install TLP and PowerTop, update your system, install Stacer and the swap fix, as well as fastfetch. And if we were on Debian, we could also use Nala, and it's going to rank the mirrors for us. And it would use that instead of apt, but we're on Fedora. You can see that by the supported distros in the top right. And in the bottom left, it shows our package manager as well as system information. But for this example, let's say we want to install the Brave browser. We would just select that and remove Firefox. And we can do this all in one go. So just select that, click on Run, put in your password. All right, and that did complete. So we're just going to close out of that, go to Applications, and we go under Internet. You can see we have Brave, and Firefox is gone. So we'll just go into Brave, and we can set it as our default, dark mode, and then unselect the telemetry, and there's our Brave browser. So who is Fedora 44 XFCE for? If your machine has 4 or 8 gigs of RAM, you definitely want to look at XFCE. Also, if you're somebody that doesn't need the flashy animations, you just want to click on an application and it open up for you, XFCE is a great choice. XFCE is known for being lightweight and very durable and stable. That's going to do it for today's video. If you found this video helpful, here's some other videos you might enjoy as well. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.